Hey there, welcome to my first ever newsletter where I'm going to be doing a video that's going to be giving you something I think is going to be really useful for your life. It's going to be something that I found to do with my work that I think is important for humans that you can use every day, that's going to improve your life or going to stop you from attracting negative experiences or something that's going to help you take away something that's holding you back. So these videos are going to be unique for people who are subscribed to me. I'll try and keep them really short because I know your time is busy, and I know on social media, everything, there's so much video now. We don't have much time left, and what I'm hoping to do, I'm going to be giving you something that's useful for you, and also maybe I'm going to do something like an audio strengthening combined with a newsletter. I'm going to pop that down below. So it's going to be like a minute strengthening, something to do with money or relationships or anti-aging or something to do with improving your circulation or digestion or something. I'm going to do something different each time you listen to it. It's going to immediately strengthen you. So I wanted just to quickly tell you about a client I had the other day and what it means to you. So this client, and as with many clients, came to me with problems in their family, pain, emotional worries and stuff. But when we got down to it, something that really jumped out was she said that something had happened with her child when he was born, and she held such guilt that she had something to do with it, that she was like, I don't know, it was maybe 30 years later, it still made her cry, like deeply cry. And we looked into it, and this is something I can't explain to you how amazing it is when you get to help someone with this. She had this guilt that made her cry, and she tried to suppress it, but she felt it every day. 30 years, it wasn't even hers. It was hers because she was experiencing it. It was hurting her. But when we looked at it, it was someone else's. Now, it's actually, well, I don't want to say who it was, because it was someone close to her. But it was their guilt for what happened. It was nothing, but she picked up on his guilt and ran it as her own. Now, you might be wondering, what's this got to do with me? This is happening with everyone every day. All my clients, hours and hours every day of working with clients, they will say, I am this, I feel so much guilt about this, I feel so much shame about this, I feel so much anger about this hurts me so much. So just before doing this video, I had a client who was having relationship problems, and she was really, really upset and distraught about it. And so much of the stuff wasn't hers, it was her dad's and the other guy who's having the relationship. So when we cleared away all the inputs from everyone else, their emotions, she came back to being very content and happy. So the lady that I told you about with the guilt, within the session, it was gone. She could no longer, it was actually within about 4 or 5 minutes, it was gone. So 30 years of horrendous guilt gone in 5 minutes. So what I'm saying to you is, if you have an emotion, so really painful or awful emotion that it's been there for a long time, contact me and we'll go on a call and we'll get rid of it. Yeah. But also, if you don't want to do that, just ask yourself, you can ask yourself, is this mine or someone else's? And maybe you don't know how to do this yourself, but if you say, is this mine or someone else's, and you compare the two, and one drops, like the energy inside you drops when you think about it, the moment you realize that is weaker, and you realize that maybe it's someone else's guilt, you don't even need to know whose it is. It's going to have a lesser effect on it. But if you really want to clear it fully, just contact me. This is also important for me at the moment, because yesterday our cat Mango died, and he'd been suffering for quite a long time, and we'd done a lot for him. I'd done a lot to try and clear the stuff away, but it really got too much, and he died in my wife's arms. I was there, and it was very upsetting. One moment. Sorry, just had to pause that as my little baby girl Lima was having a tantrum. She might come in at any moment. So Mango died in her arms. It was very upsetting, and I worked on the pain and the loss and everything that I was feeling, and it cleared it quite quickly. But with Sylvia, it was interesting. Part of me was like, let her grieve, and then when I saw the tears coming, I said, what did you just think then? She said, I just have so much guilt about not doing enough for him. And then I went in, and that was someone else's guilt, and I cleared that. She felt a bit better. Then it came again. She was crying, and I said, okay, what thought did you have there? And she said, just such deep sadness. And that was someone else's. That was her father's sadness. So we got into, so the process of grieving was actually quite quick. It doesn't mean we're partying because Mango's died, but it made it so much easier. So what we believe is what we should experience, like grieving and stuff. It's so much quicker and so much easier than what we're experiencing, because usually we're taking on so much of other people's emotions and running them as our own, a bit like on a computer. So I'm going to, underneath this video, I'll pop in, I'm going to put a strengthening link that you can listen to, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to be doing them once a month. If you have any questions you want me to answer in the newsletter, I'd love to do that as well. So that's a big bye for me, and say bye-bye, Lima. There we go.